Hey y'all, it's time again. I feel like the last time that I did a decluttering and cleaning video was not that long ago, but at the same time, I feel like my space still feels really chaotic. We got some stuff to clean. We got some things to declutter. So, at the ripe time of 4:33 p.m., I'm starting to declutter and clean. I have a sink full of dishes that are overflowing. I have a basket of laundry, actually two, that need to get done. I already actually did a load earlier today because I was just getting things done a little bit admin-wise before I got a little sidetracked. Of course, because when doesn't that happen? I might be decluttering some of my shoes today officially because I feel like some of them have really run their course in my life. So, stay tuned. First step is another load of laundry. Okay, it's Grace from tomorrow popping in to thank the sponsor of this video, which is Mint Mobile. Y'all know I talk a lot about Mint Mobile on this channel. They're always running promotions. They're connected to the nation's largest 5G network, so you're not really sacrificing your speed. I have tested it, and the old carrier that I had, it literally goes 1 for 1. Mint Mobile is exactly the same. I have the same service as I did before, and I'm literally paying a fraction of the price. And it was so easy to set up. It literally took me less than 10 minutes. I got on the website, did all the little doodly-doo that you need to do, and had the eSIM on my phone in less than 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, that's it? Like, is there anything else that needs to... And they're like, no, you're good. I was like, okay, cool. So my only question to you, if you're trying to save money and you live in the United States, is why haven't you switched to Mint Mobile yet? Because they have family plans. Prices start at $15 a month. And right now, for the month of May, so you only have a little bit more time, they're including 6 months of Paramount Plus at no additional cost. If you want to save yourself some money, help out me in the channel, and have the exact same service that you probably did before, plus 6 months Paramount Plus, join Mint Mobile. Make sure to use my code when you do it so you can actually help out this channel when you're signing up. And it is trymintmobile.com/GraceNevitt. Link will be in the description. Thanks so much to Mint Mobile for being a partner on this channel and partnering with me on this video. And now back to yesterday Grace and her decluttering. Okay, so this is a total mess as well as all those things and a random sock. These are all things that I need to put on my Buy Nothing group, so I should probably do that first because that is something that I really just don't want to do, but once I do it I know I'll feel a lot better. So let's do that, and then we'll maybe tackle this and some of the drawers in there. I feel like I do this in almost every decluttering video and I make almost no progress whatsoever. I just need to like find a legit place for half of these things because I feel like clutter just keeps creeping onto these surfaces, and clearly that means that I have either no place to put the things that keep creeping on here, or I just have too much stuff. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. First thing I need to do is take pictures on my phone and airdrop it to my laptop because I do not have the Facebook app on my phone, nor will I ever. Okay, first thing is kitchen stuff. These things, which I've already decluttered technically. It's so annoying. These, which I've also technically already decluttered. Unopened hot sauce that Ray gets every time he orders more stickers from Sticker Mule for his band. They send you hot sauce. They have like their own brand. It's actually pretty freaking good. I can't lie. It's pretty good hot sauce, but we already have a bottle of it, so would love to spread the deliciousness, I guess. Okay. That was just like some pins. And then I've got some books. A yoga anatomy book and some cookbooks. Amazing. Okay, great. That will feel really good now that I'm actually going to list these. Did a bit of a declutter, so I have some random items that I'm gifting. Unopened hot sauce, 2 mugs from IKEA, cupcake liners. I think that's it. Okay, cool. Now I need to airdrop the photos. I'm so glad that I'm getting this done. This has been one of those annoying things that I've been putting off for a really, really, really long time. So this is your sign to go do something that you didn't want to do. Because at the end of the day, it's really not that bad if you just get up and do it. And I'll be your buddy. I'll do the annoying things with you. That's what these videos are for. So we can all get the annoying things done together. I don't know if you're watching this while you're cleaning or you're just sitting down and enjoying the show, but hopefully you're having a nice time while you're doing it, or having a nice day in general. Okay, what's my game plan? Now that I'm thinking about it, actually, this is perfect. It's a decluttering video. This is what we're talking about. I really need to reevaluate my books situation, because if I'm gonna be completely honest with you, there's probably a couple of books in there, if not a lot of them, that I got from like thrift stores or whatever for like $1. And this was when I was like, oh my god, I'm being so thrifty, teehee, like I'm just buying books and they're only $2, so it's not a big deal, whatever, whatever. Guess what, babe? You didn't read nearly any of them, because they were just random crappy books that you were not interested in reading. And then guess what I did? I just went and bought books off of thrift books anyways, like the newer ones that I wanted to read. So I ended up wasting a lot of money on books. Last year? The year before? I don't know. In the past few years, I've probably spent a couple $100s on books, which is like stupid. Stupid. So I'm trying to fix that. I ended up, like, you know, I feel like I talk about it all the time, ended up buying a Kindle. Like I said, as you know, bought myself a Kindle. Best purchase I ever made. Literally, best purchase I ever made. I have probably read, since getting my Kindle, at least 40 books via my Kindle, and I've spent the amount of money that it takes to literally buy a Kindle. So by now it's probably paid for itself. In terms of if I tried to buy those books full price, which I have not done in a long time, it definitely has paid for itself. But even if I was buying all those books that I read on thrift books, still definitely has already paid for itself. The thing is, I feel like I've talked about this before, in terms of like books and minimalism, it really depends on the person and what their goals and dreams are, I guess. I obviously will be making an international move in less than 5 years, so I don't want to send 100 pounds of books over there, and I feel like I will just start growing my collection once I get over there of books that I like really, really love. But right now, I don't have a ton. I have all the books that I really, really cherish, all the ones that I really like, and then a couple of my physical TBR, which technically, oh my god, I'm just rambling now, but hey, guess what? Welcome to a freaking decluttering video with me, because that's just what I do. One of my goals for this year, one of my reading goals for this year, was to read through 12 of my physical TBR, which I think I have about 12 physical books that are mine personally, not belonging to this house and or Ray's mom who left them here. But I want to read through 12 of the books that I personally own so that I can either declutter them or keep them if they like change my life or whatever. I don't own all the books that I've rated 5 stars on here. There are a couple of books that I 100% would love to buy in the future, but that's not something that I'm going to be doing now or anytime necessarily soon. I feel like the best time for me to do that would be maybe when I want to reread the book, or if I'm like really just mindfully building up my library once I move to New Zealand. I think the fun thing about this year is that because I'm doing a no buy, especially of like clothes, books, whatever, all the things that I had problems with in the past, I feel like I'm totally gamifying it now in terms of like, I will not rest until I find a free or super cheap version of whatever I'm looking for, because there's always a way to get it for free, especially if you are connected to a community of people like the Buy Nothing group, or at my job we're doing a clothing swap in a couple of weeks, so I'm gonna check that out because there's 1 or 2 holes in my wardrobe that I'm hoping I can fill at the clothing swap. I have no idea if I can. I might bring a couple of random pieces if Ray has any clothes that he wants to declutter, just so I'm not like showing up with nothing and taking things, because that feels kind of shady to me, even though I don't really have any clothes to declutter because I am scant at the moment, maybe a little bit too scant. I think I girl bossed a little too close to the sun with the 10-item wardrobe, okay? I regret 1 or 2 things that I let go of, and okay. There's one thing that I keep thinking about that I'm like, man, I wish I didn't get rid of that. But it had like stains on it that I could not for the life of me get out, and that was bothering me a lot for some reason. I just want to get something kind of like that to replace it eventually, but that's probably going to be a challenge for next year. Anyways, I would love to try to source a couple of these things for free if I can, like really truly sticking to the, you know, idea of the no buy, which I know was kind of based on minimalism for me, but I definitely still, I don't know, with the clothes and everything, I'm in a bit of a pickle right now. I can't lie. So I'm gonna have to figure that out as the days roll by, because it is really starting to get warm here in good old New York City, and I'm realizing that I have 2 pairs of shorts, both of which are like almost too small, and then I have 2 pairs of overalls and probably 2 sundresses that I can actually wear out on a regular basis. So theoretically, that's enough to get me through, but at the same time, it feels unnecessarily limited. You know what I mean? Because I would not say that I'm necessarily like a fashionista girly, but I also do really love to feel good and look at least somewhat put together. So I don't know, whatever. I'm gonna talk more about this in the wardrobe update video probably, even though I've kind of shared a lot of my thoughts on this just now. I have a lot of thoughts and feelings about it, and it's actually the thing that's kind of something that I'm butting my head up against during this no buy year that I wasn't necessarily expecting to happen fully. I mean, I don't know, maybe I was a bit naive to say that I wasn't expecting this, because I a little bit was, but whatever, it's fine. I've been blabbering, so let me keep getting some things done. I don't really know what to do about my books. I really don't know what to do about my books, because like theoretically, who cares about the 12 physical TBR book challenge that I set for myself this year? I don't have to complete it necessarily. Also, I have 4 years to read through those 12 stupid little books on my bookshelf, so if I don't, guess what? They're going straight to the free little library, okay, before I move, because I'm not gonna bring books that I'm kind of just feeling whatever about, or books that I'm probably never gonna freaking read. So, I don't know, maybe I'll just do a video of it, like a reading vlog of like me only reading my physical TBR books. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, I probably will. So that's actually a good idea. Maybe I should do that. I am feeling called to declutter my shoes now because I'm tired of dealing with it. So as you all know, maybe you don't, maybe you do. Also, sorry about the washing machine if you can hear that in the background. There's like a whole thing with my shoes, and basically, I really want to get my shoe situation to a place where I'm just like, yes, perfect. I have all the perfect shoes. I have all the best shoes for every situation, but not like a ridiculous amount, you know what I mean? Because I don't need like a shoe for every situation, but like I need versatile shoes that will allow me to do what I need to do in life, and it will go with my wardrobe and like do things like that. And I feel like that's kind of the point of the wardrobe video that I'm going to be filming, is like figuring out what I could necessarily do to make sure that all of my stuff gels together, if that makes any sense, which I know is very preemptive of me because I'm not gonna be able to buy anything, but again, maybe I can source it for free. Let's get to figuring this out. First of all, these shoes are perfect and I love them. They're casual, they're comfy, they get the job done. I will keep them probably, hopefully, for the next 20 years. These are great. They work fantastically. It is literally just a pair of Forever 21 rain boots that I got probably close to 10 years ago now, and they've held up like a charm. I wore them to work a couple weeks ago and someone was like, oh, those look like those insert brand here that I literally don't remember or care about. And they're like, those are like really expensive, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I got these like 10 years ago at Forever 21. So all that to say, you can make fast fashion slow fashion if you actually use it and keep it for a long time. The only reason you can't do that sometimes is because the quality is really bad. So just be careful, because I'm not shaming people that like the only thing that they can afford is fast fashion and they don't have access to buying things at the thrift store for various reasons. I'm not judging anyone, but I'm just saying you can still be intentional about it, and that's what I tried to do. This is also from Forever 21, and I intend to keep it for a very long time. I try to make it last, and I don't just like go by trends. I try to get staples and things that I'm gonna have for a while. So I think I'm gonna declutter these officially. I don't want to just like give them away, to be honest. I want to see if I can sell them, but I don't know how realistic that is. And Dad, if you're watching, I'm sorry that I'm decluttering them. They were wonderful shoes and I like them a lot, but when I stand in them for too long, like the ball of my foot right here really starts hurting a lot and my feet kind of cramp up a little bit. I don't know what it is about the hard soles of Doc Martens, but I've realized that they really just don't work with my feet. The lace-up ones are a lot better, but they have to be like the real leather lace-up whatever ones. So if I ever get those again in the future, jury's still out on that. We will see. These ones I think are gonna be saying goodbye. So I'm gonna see if I can sell those. That's gonna be a whole freaking project in and of itself. If I can't figure out a way to get rid of those via selling them or whatever, I will just declutter them probably by the end of the summer, or maybe at the beginning of the fall when people are actually looking for shoes like this. I don't know. These are super cute. However, they barely fit my feet. And I have really small feet. I'm about a 6.5 US size, which I think is a 37 European size. Yeah, so my feet are little, which is kind of surprising because I'm 5'6.5", 5'7", whatever. Anyways, you guys don't really care. That's completely unnecessary information. Anyways, my feet barely fit in these. They literally like ride right on the outside of this. And also every time I wear them, I feel like my feet are just too close to the ground, if you know what I mean, because my feet barely fit within the parameters of these shoes. I just feel like I'm walking on the ground when I wear those, and that is not a nice feeling in New York City. And honestly, because I've had them for a while, they're like knockoff Birkenstock brand. They're kind of like wearing out at the sides, whatever. I don't know if anyone would be up to taking them. I will potentially put them on my buy nothing group to see if anyone wants a pair of sandals for free. But if it doesn't work out, like I wouldn't feel bad if it was just like I gave it to them for free and they were like, actually no, these are kind of janky and weird. then they can just get rid of them or do whatever. I wouldn't feel right donating them because I would not feel right having some other third party sell them to someone, and I wouldn't feel right selling them because of the aforementioned reason. So if I gave those away for free, then I think I'd feel fine about it. So yeah, that's what's going on in my life with my shoes. And at least I got rid of 2 pairs. The washing machine is so loud right now, spinning for the last 5 minutes of the cycle. So I'm gonna have to put the clothes away in a second. Okay, I'll give you guys a break for your ears while I do a little clothing putting away montage. Okay, there's only 2 things left to do. 1, just show you how cute Flip is and just remind you that he's here. And that he's the best. Okay, good. Give everyone a kiss. And the second thing is that I have to do my dishes. There's so many. Maybe I'll put on a booktube video and just listen to that in the background while I do my dishes, because there's so many to do. Okay, let's go team. Okay, hello everyone. We're back, we're done. I don't know. The stuff that I need to get rid of via my Buy Nothing group is still splayed out everywhere across my bed, but in general, I feel like I've done what I needed to do. I did all this laundry, I did most of the dishes, but the drying rack is now full. So I'm just gonna wait a little while before I do the second round tonight before bed. I'm just feeling really good about the laundry. That's been kind of piling up for a little minute there. And the little bit of decluttering and stuff. Anyways, welcome to day 2 of decluttering. I actually filmed an entire outro for this video. Well, you guys know me, I don't like film outros. I realized that I want to declutter some more things. Yay! So anyways, I kind of need to figure out what the whole situation is in these little guys over there. Whoopsie. So yeah, please ignore this. That is something that I will deal with, but unfortunately it's a lot because there's just extra tools and things that are there that I can't really get rid of because they're not mine, and Ray just needs to figure out a place to put them. So that's something that I do not have control over. So I'm releasing it. I'm releasing my control over it. Anyways, these are things, honestly, these are things that I don't use or wear anymore. There's a couple of like scarves, which maybe I will put them on the Buy Nothing group, or maybe I will just throw them into my bin that's downstairs. I would like to repair this. So let me put this up here so that I actually see it and it's not stuck in here. I'm also gonna get rid of these caps. I literally only had these because I needed to process my hair when I was like trying to fix it after accidentally dyeing it a weird color. Whatever, it's a whole thing. I have my old license. First New York state license I had when I moved to the city, but I don't really need it anymore. I think I just have it as like a backup, which is not really necessary, like actually. I got my passports, an old phone case, which I'm just gonna keep it because it still works, and if I really feel like switching it up every so often, I can still use it. All of my makeup, which is basically nothing. A little SOS kit, which I usually take if I'm going camping or something. A little clip, which I should put in the bathroom so that I can actually see it and use it. And a bunch of pairs of black tights, which I probably should declutter some of these because guess what? I'm not gonna use all of these pairs of black tights. I'm gonna declutter this pair. I don't know, like I used to wear skirts and tights a lot, but now I don't really. And these super threadbare skin colored tights that I think I'm just gonna clothes recycle because they're totally not in good shape at all. And then it's just some scarf that my dad got me actually in New Zealand, if you can't tell by the pattern. Okay, here is the other issue. I have a bunch of contacts, which technically I don't even think these are my prescription anymore. I don't know why I bought this many. There's 2 more boxes with another just 1 box each in these. I don't know exactly what to do with these, but I need to figure out a way to send them to some kind of buyback program. Or if my optometrist can take them back, then that would be great. And then I have, of course, my One Direction shirts, my Earthquake shirt, which now I have 3 Earthquake shirts. Well, technically 2 Earthquake shirts and a jersey. This dress, which I need to dye, which I really want to do super soon. So I'm going to leave this out so that I see it. And then this that I have to sew. I don't know. This is a bit more of a project because I only know how to hand sew. I'd really love to learn how to machine sew before I kind of dove into that. And then the 2 other sweaters in here that I also need to dye, and then some old paperwork and stuff. I pretty much just need to put all of my pay stubs in here in this folder. So, okay, this is actually a lot more organized. Honestly, this is pretty good. And then I'll put my little hats in there. Great. And I'm just gonna put this in here for now. I don't really necessarily have a place for it at the moment. I want to hang it up somewhere, but I don't know where to put it. One of the things that's kind of been, not a project, but it will be for a moment, is that I really want to put this on the wall. It's a little like square floating shelf that Ray made me. There it is. It's gonna go up on that wall. And I'll probably put the mirror next to it because that little corner will soon eventually be accessible and not have a bunch of random crap all over it. Anyways, the bookshelf. Let's dive in. Okay, this is the situation. Okay, so these are all the books that I personally own, which when you think about it, it's really not that bad. I'm taking a look. The first shelf is all of my Jane Austen books that I bought in a set last year during my low buy year. And then I have a couple of my favorites, my like basically 5-star reads, at least the ones that I have copies of. Obviously, like I said yesterday, I would love to get copies of the other books that I've rated 5 stars, but it's not necessary to do that now. I have these 2 books which belonged to the apartment beforehand, so I can't claim them as my own, but I do really want to read them before I leave here. I was looking at some of the ratings of the books that I had. I just know for a fact that there are certain books that I'm just like not gonna end up reading, plus a couple of other random ones that I just like don't really have a need for or interest in anymore. Number 1, see, I got this for $1. What's it called? The Story of Edgar Sawtelle. I was reading the reviews on this and they said that it's really slow, that it's really sad. I just don't think I'm gonna read it. I really don't. I'm sure that it's a wonderful and beautiful book, but it's just not something that I'm gonna want to read. This one, honestly, wow. From what I can discern from the back of this book, I knew it was about 2 sisters and one of them has cancer, but apparently she's a bone marrow match for her sister. And because everything that she's ever done has kind of been in regards to her sister, I don't think she gives her the bone marrow. That's what it seems like on the back. I don't know. If I really want to read this, I will borrow it off of the library. But for me personally, I'm decluttering it from my brain and my mind. This is apparently a pretty good book, but I think I'm just waiting for it. I'm letting this one marinate a little bit because apparently it's very much like a pandemic book. Yeah. So basically she goes to the Galapagos Islands and then the pandemic happens and the whole world shuts down. So she's kind of like literally stranded on an island alone with her thoughts. Not like alone, but like really crazy. Maybe she is alone. I don't know. I think I bought this pretty much like right as people were like going out and doing things again, but with masks and stuff. And I just needed to give myself a little bit more time before I read a book about the pandemic, and I feel like I still need a little bit more time, but I will read that eventually because apparently it's really good. This was for my friend, Bestie Kelly. A little bit of a slower book, but it's a historical fiction, which I really love, and it's set in Korea, so I'm excited for that. Very interesting. I love books from different cultures. This one has been recommended a lot of times. I'm gonna keep this as well. This is some random Margaret Atwood book that I've never even seen before. It apparently was sold at the Strand for $14, but I assure you, I did not pay more than $3 for this thing. It's very much like a classic Atwood dystopian whatever, which I don't know if I'm necessarily in the mood for dystopian when the world feels pretty freaking dystopian right now, but I will keep it on my thing just in case. I don't know. The jury's still out on that one, babes. This is totally like a women's fiction, like literary fiction book. Seems interesting. I haven't gotten rid of it yet, and I probably got it for $2 from the thrift store. So I'll keep it for now, but if I don't read it, I'll probably leave it here because it seems like the kind of book that Anne would also really like. And then this is a mystery novel, but also it's one of those ones that like there's 100. I think this is like the 18th one in the series or some crazy shit like that. So I might just say goodbye to this one. So that's cool. Decluttered these 3 so far. Hold on, I still have a few more. Let me move you down to the next level. All right. I have a lot of philosophy books, as mentioned in the fact that I studied philosophy in college as my minor. So I would really like to go back and reference those or read them again another time. This is also technically a philosophy book as well. I definitely remember reading parts of this in one of my philosophy classes in college. And the thing is, totally valid. I agree with everything that Peter Singer has to say about speciesism and animal liberation and all this stuff, but I don't think I can read this as a person that literally physically cannot be vegan anymore. I just feel bad. So I think I'm gonna declutter it because I just don't think that I can read it and not feel like really crappy about myself and my life. Unfortunately, for my health, I must at least be vegetarian, but honestly, just eating eggs as my only eggs and beans as my only form of protein is not ideal. My body does not thrive on that. I was trying to do the whole like just be vegetarian thing for a second there during my elimination diet, but it did not work out for me and I felt really, really weak. So anyways, there's another one. Eating animals. I was vegan for like 6 years, so yeah. This is another vegan book. It's pretty much probably a sort of thing of like, factory farming's bad. I know that. I think I'm just gonna declutter this one as well. Okay, yeah, I don't need to keep that because I already know the information that's inside of it and I don't need to feel like a piece of shit for having health issues. So, the Omnivore's Dilemma, on the other hand, is kind of a way of like, well, you know, let's think about the fact that blah blah blah. I think I'm gonna keep this just because eventually I would like to listen to the audiobook of this, and I would like to have this as a reference for notes. And I feel like when it comes to nonfiction, it's really hard for me to get into nonfiction. This is a nonfiction book that I started and did not finish, have not finished, not even halfway through yet. I listened to The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. The audiobook is about 5 hours long, and I have a physical copy of it, so a couple of those things I would have liked to highlight, but I was just listening to it when I was out of the house. Anyways, whatever. This is one of those ones that I would really like to listen to and read at the same time, because I feel like that's the only way that I can actually stay focused on a nonfiction book, and then I can take notes in here while I'm doing that. So I would like to keep this for reference, and I think that that's probably going to be the same for Animal Vegetable Miracle. So yeah, gonna keep both of those basically for reference. And then I have this and another philosophy book that I had for a class in college that was called The Philosophy of Happiness, which was a really cool class. But anyways, that's just about it. Cool. And then of course, you know, my little artisty books. I feel like I should get back into morning pages maybe. Anyways, whatever. I think that's all the books that I'm going to be decluttering for now. So crazy. Anyways, good times all around. Okay, I just dropped a book. Yeah. Okay, so getting rid of all these. That is gonna be all for this video. I hope that you had a good time listening to me blather on as usual. I hope that you got some stuff done if you were trying to do that during this video, body double, whatever. Or if you just watched it while you were doing nothing, good for you. I kind of love watching vlogs where people are just kind of like doing their random regular things that they do. It's very comforting to me personally. So anyways, that's it for the video today. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, you know, sending you all my love because we're all just trying our best out here. That's all. See you later. Bye.